Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I am joined by Callie from TOR, and today we are going to be looking at two of the cigars from the Durastate Deadwood line. Today we are going to be smoking the Durastate Deadwood Fat Bottom Betty and the Crazy Alice. So we've decided to start with the Crazy Alice today, and I'm intrigued. What can you tell me about the blend and the history and how the Deadwood series came about?
So we already have a Deadwood cigar in the UK. So these are new to the UK, the Crazy Alice and the Fat Bottom Betty. And they come from the Deadwood range, which Durastate call their yummy bitches. And they all have a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, an Indonesian binder and a Nicaraguan filler. And they're bizarre, aren't they? They're really sweet on the lips. They're like, you may have had infused cigars before or anything like that, but these aren't actually advertised as infused. No. But they are so sweet. It really took me by surprise when we first started smoking them.
Yeah, I mean, I said it kind of reminded me of the classic Morado Maduro for the Blue Connecticut's, things like that. It's kind of got that same sweetness on the wrapper that you can taste on your lips after each puff.
Yeah. It's
really, really intriguing.
So when Jonathan actually came up with this with a team of people, it was actually supposed to be like a very small boutique line. But actually, since it's sort of gone out into the US and then internationally, it's just a struggle to keep up the supply and demand. So from what started as a small boutique line of Durastate, obviously they have bigger lines, has now turned into a very, very popular line, and now it's just trying to keep up with it.
I was going to say, it's quite big, and as I say, we've noticed it here. We said off camera, trying to get them in, as soon as they hit the shop floor, they're gone again within seconds.
Yeah.
They're normally sold out before the pre-orders come through, everything like that. It's, as you say, very, very difficult to keep up with the demand of what people want, production-wise, all of that. I can kind of see why.
I mean, see why. It's interesting. I haven't actually smoked a lot of the, like, flavoury cigars that Durastate have done, like the ones you've mentioned earlier. So it's a first for me to be trying this sort of thing, and now I feel like I need to stock my humidor up.
I mean, yeah, it's one of them. It's a unique blend. It's got the Indonesian tobacco, which is going to give you certain flavour profiles and things like that. But the sweetness that comes off of the wrapper that you can taste on your lips, as I mentioned earlier, is just something you don't really get from any other brand or any other line of cigars. It is kind of a Durastate staple, if you like.
Well, yeah, and I always, like you'll know from previous videos with Lewis, I always tend to pick up the sweeter notes, and I like that about a cigar. And actually, when I smoke a cigar, I tend to have like a Coke or something sweet with it anyway, or chocolate. But I don't need that with these. No. It's like the sweetness and the cigar into one. So it'll be really interesting when we smoke the other one, the Fat Bottom Betty, to see whether, because it's the same tobacco, isn't it?
Yes.
Same tobacco, just see if it changes the flavour profiles at all with a different vitola. So.
I feel like there will be a difference. Obviously, this one, the ring gauge changes from start to finish, right? So the intensity and things, the strength may pick up a little bit more than that larger vitola. So as you say, it'll be very interesting to get into the second cigar and see where it takes us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll enjoy this one, take it down to the nub, and then we'll check in with you guys a little bit later. So we've now just finished up with the Crazy Alice, and safe to say we both thoroughly enjoyed that cigar. So much so that we have now moved on to the Fat Bottom Betty. Now, although the blend is the exact same, it's got the Indonesian binder, Brazilian Maduro wrapper, and the Nicaraguan filler, I'm assuming that the experience you're going to get is going to be very, very different based on the vitola. But I won't say too much. We'll take it down a little bit further, and we'll see how much the experience changes between the two. So we've made our way now to the midpoint of this Fat Bottom Betty today, and Callie, how would you say that it stacks up against the Crazy Alice?
I would say I prefer it just because of the vitola. Still got a lot of the sweetness from the wrapper. I'm still not over that, to be honest. I can't believe how sweet it is. It's quite cool.
It's quite a prominent taste as well.
Yeah, and it's not so, with the other one we had like charcoal notes. I'm not getting that as much on this, even though it's the same tobacco. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, I prefer this size and shape personally. I
mean, I would agree. I think this one's a lot more of a smoother smoke.
Yeah.
It probably appeals to someone that is kind of newer to the cigar industry as well.
I agree. It's not very strong or overpowering, is it?
Yeah, I think the only difference is between the vitolas with the Crazy Alice, where it kind of funnels through and that intensity rises. You don't get that with this, so that kind of charcoal, sort of charred undertone that you kind of get from the Crazy Alice, you don't get with this.
Yeah.
So if you're not kind of a fan of that sort of bitterness, that charcoal taste, the larger ring gauge is definitely the one to go for, in my opinion. But yeah, I'd agree. The sweetness is really prominent every time you take a draw. It's on your lips. Really, really thoroughly enjoyable. And yeah, construction, amazing as well. It stayed true the entire time. Ash stacks well. I mean,
it's really
no
cool.
complaints.
It's like a fun cigar, but with premium quality tobacco.
Yeah,
so
I would
it's like
agree.
something I've never tried before. And like you said, for someone that's maybe new smoking cigars that isn't used to strong, overpowering cigars, whatever, this is quite a fun introduction, I would say, because of the sweetness. But yeah, I think it's kind of a love it or hate it type of line, really.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same for the whole Drew estate, like the acid lines and things. It's kind of runs with that same theme. It's like a Marmite cigar, right? You'll either love it or you'll hate it. But I mean, I would definitely give it a go if you haven't already, 100%. It's definitely an experience. It will offer you something that most other cigars probably won't.
If you can get hold of them.
If you can get hold of them. As you say, they're selling like hotcakes right now. So if you can get hold of one, I would definitely choose to grab one. I will 100% be stacking up my humidor in the near future.
I will.
So we're going to sit back, enjoy these cigars until our fingers burn. But if you are interested in Drew Estate and the history behind the brand as a whole, Callie and Lewis have had a previous video posted on our channel a few months back. But as I say, thoroughly enjoyable cigars, and we're going to sit back and enjoy these ones. As always, stay safe and happy herfing. Peace.